Well, Halito, my thoughts. Immigration. Well, the American immigration system is broken. It is definitely broken. I've done the immigration process. I've done that dance. I sponsored someone to come to America using a K-1 visa, and it took about a year. That's probably one of the easiest visas in the shortest time spans to get someone into America. K-1 visa. If you want to sponsor a relative or yourself wants to come to America, and you have to start the whole green card process and 3-year process, 10-year more citizenship. A lot of times that can take you every bit of a life, have a lifespan. 17 years, 17 years to apply and wait your turn before you get that letter in the mail saying, please show up at this consulate or whatever, and we'll interview you. So the system is broken. It shouldn't take 17 years or how many years. It just shouldn't take that long. Um, and that is why people do actually cross over the border illegally. Like I said, every country has their own ways of dealing with that. But every country has illegal immigration. Every country has it pretty much. It don't matter where you go. With America, it's just one of the things where America is somewhat of a prosperous country, and a lot of people, I know for a fact, 'cause, I've seen it. A lot of people come to America. They work hard. They get a two-bedroom apartment, and you have 8 people living in an apartment, cutting that bill, cutting their rent 8 ways, and they live off the money. The rest of that money they make, they sit back home. It's kind of normal. It's just it's nothing out of the ordinary. Um, but yeah, when it comes to illegal immigration, I don't really have an opinion on that. Most of the people are just working. Most of these people are, and then that's the sort of the sad part is a lot of times you come here illegally, you have babies, and now especially if the kids are at that young age where they can't take care of themselves, you have a situation where if you face deportation, your children have to go with you. I know a guy a couple of years ago worked my job. He wasn't legal, and I believe his family was from Honduras. I think it was, but he straight out told me, he said, "Man, I grew up in America. I came over here like a baby." He says, "I barely speak Spanish. I know nothing about Honduras. I know nothing about the economy, the money. I know nothing about it because I grew up in America, but I don't have a citizenship. I don't have a green card. I got run over undocumented." And that's sort of a sad thing because it's just it really wasn't his fault that that happened. It was more the parents' fault for coming illegally. But then again, you can't blame the parents again because it takes 15, 20, 30 years. 17 years to do the process to come over here. So that's kind of my thoughts. I mean, there's some trails in Canada that are off-road trails that cross from Canada into America, vice versa. And in fact, I was watching a video a while back, and there's a checkpoint that's been abandoned and everything. But a sign saying basically, one sign says entering America, other sign says entering Canada. And the drivers of this trail said, "Well, as far as we can go, because they're Canadian. As far as we can go, because any further than this is illegally crossing into America." Um, Honestly, they could have done it, and no one would have cared. But that's just my thoughts on that. And I think what's also sort of hurts people now is we have every administration is different. I think Obama has, I think as right now, still has a record for deportation. Is what it is. Trump might beat that. I don't know. Um, I think what sort of makes it really sad is we have, instead of enforcing our laws all these years, we have chosen not to enforce the laws. And then when we get a president that comes in to simply enforce the laws, it's a shock to everybody because everyone sort of, for most of my life, you know, you simply walk across deep water and you're in America, and nobody fussed, nobody cared, nobody cared until now. So that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on the situation. Fix the immigration problem. Fix the immigration process. Shorten it up. Make it streamlined. Um, And that may solve not all your problems, but solve a lot of your problems. Because honestly, if I'm in Guatemala or something, or Mexico or whatever, and I know that I can go to America and make money and help a family out, I may I may try that. I may try that trip across the border to do it. So I can't blame them, honestly, because America is sort of a prosperous country, believe it or not. That's my thoughts. That's all I got to say. Your thoughts are your thoughts, and leave in the comments because I like to hear thoughts. Honestly, we select you key.